Well, why in the world ain't I making any automobile content? Well, alright, here you go. Who's ready to go see what kind of mischief we can get into today? Welcome back, everybody. It is old Big Mike out here by the Hoopty Barn. And yes, we got some more video content. And no, it is not a Mopar. It is a 1989 Buick Century Estate Wagon. And what in the world are we doing? And I say we, me and that fella there that's running away, the old Ikester. Well, he bought this old wagon and got it for the right price. And well, it seems as though this dude has got a pretty significant leak. And when it started up, it was pouring out antifreeze underneath. And we figured out it was coming from the intake gasket up in there. So it's got some oil on it too. So anyway, we're going to tackle this thing, and we're going to drive it off the trailer. Going to put the front end there in the Hoopty Barn. We're going to tear top end off this thing and see if we can't change out some gaskets and whatnot and get this sucker fixed up. So here we go. Alright, so here we go. This is our little, and when we had it out there running, we could see it was leaking from right up in there. And we got to take all of this off to get to that there. And since we got to take off the intake, we figured, well, we're that close, we might as well just go ahead and do the head gaskets and stuff too, because we're going to have this thing all tore down. So me and the Ikester there, we're just going to get busy, and I figure we're each going to grab a hold of something and start taking stuff off, like the coil packs and the alternator and the power steering and the breather and throttle body and da-da-da and da-da-da and da-da-da. So after about 3 hours of removing stuff, we're still removing stuff. Man, these cars are a pain in the butt. I don't know where it landed.
I think it landed in the freaking...
Oh, it probably landed in the pan. Nice. So, yeah. Fixing to get dark on us out here in a little bit, so I don't know, we're just going to keep going, and hopefully we can get this thing all tore down. Alright, so we got the intake manifold out, and it was leaking really bad right out of this corner right here is where it was losing all its water, and you can see it's a bit distorted and all that here, and you can feel, well, you can't feel, but I can feel it's got a little divot right there. I don't know how long it's been leaking, but it leaked a lot today. And here's the bottom side, and yeah, it's got some ick. So anyway, we got to wait on the part. It's supposed to be here in the morning, and we'll see. I don't think we're going to end up having to do anything with the head gasket, because I thought we might have to change head gaskets too, but it really doesn't look bad at all around there. And so I think we're just going to live with the intake manifold gasket and go from there. So check back in tomorrow. All right, well, it's a little bit warmer today, and me and old Ixter here, we're gonna get back at it, and probably wondering why we took off the valve covers too. Well, we wanted to see, you know, what it looked like in there, how clean it was and all that. And it was leaking out of the valve covers, and so I thought, well, we'd just go ahead and change out the valve cover gaskets while we're at it. So we're gonna get all this gasket stuff cleaned off of here, and then I'm gonna take the vacuum, and so we don't leave nothing down in the engine, and see if we can't get this thing put back together. Okay, so we went ahead, since we had this dude all apart and got it all kind of halfway cleaned up. We got us a brand spanking new thermostat too, since it's all apart, you know. Figure might as well do all these things. We put in some brand new spark plugs. Got these old ones out, which actually weren't bad, but went ahead and changed them anyway, just since we got everything open. And Ixter got the torque specs and the sequence for tightening the manifold bolts, so we're gonna put in some new gasketage and see if we can get this thing put back together. All right, well, I believe we got it put back together. We think. We made a list, we checked it twice, going to find out if it's naughty or nice. So I guess hop in, Ike, and let's see if we put it back together right.
The lights come on inside.
Well, it's got a battery in it. Let her build up a little fuel pressure since we had all that out. All right. Well, how about that? What do you know? Not half bad. I'm sure we got some oil on the exhaust, so it's got a little bit of smoke coming up from the exhaust manifolds, but yeah, heck yeah. We did it. We did it. How about that, sir? All right, man. That was a doozy of a process. If you ever get one of these little old GMs, mid late 80s, with a little transverse V6 in it, and you got to change that intake manifold gasket, that dude's a booger. You best be prepared for you best be prepared for a couple of days of some fun. But hey, we accomplished it, so I ain't mad. So do me a favor, if you ain't subscribed, go ahead and do that. Give me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs down, say you ain't no mechanic, and I say you are correct. That kid there's gonna be a mechanic one of these days, so maybe. Yeah. Anyway, till next time, y'all keep watching and we'll keep working.